So welcome everyone to this amazing course named Geeks for Geeks School. To this amazing channel named Geeks for Geeks School. Sorry, and I am Gaurav Kumar Jain. Thank you very much first of all for joining me at this time in this tutorial. And today again we are going to learn a very amazing thing that is how to develop a fire alarm on Tinkercad. That's what we're going to do today. But before diving into the Tinkercad platform, I would like to introduce you all to this amazing course which we guys have come up with. So this is the course based on data structure and algorithms. Now, if you guys don't know about what is a data structure, let me tell you, let me give you an example to make you understand about this data structure. Suppose you have an inventory of 1,000, or you can say, let's say we have 1 million records in an inventory, and we want to search a specific item in that inventory. Now, if we'll put that specific item into the machine and we'll ask that machine, or we can say we'll instruct that machine to look for that specified item into that inventory. So it will take time for that machine. The machine will take time to give us the required result, right? So what is the solution of this problem? Even if you have a very good processor, let me tell you, until or unless you have the structured data, you will not be able to get the output quickly, right? Till the time you have the data structured in a proper way. So the solution of this problem is data structure, of course. So data structure means we are defining a structure for our data. Whatever data we have, even if we have 10 billion or billions of things stored in our inventory, if we have stored the data in a structured way, it is very easy for us to search for a thing in that particular inventory. Why? Because in data structure what happens, we have algorithms which helps us in what we do in data structure. We will not check out the whole inventory. We will look for that specific thing in some relevant groups, right? We divide the things into different groups, and then we search for some relevant thing to then we search for the thing that we need in the relevant groups, not in all the groups. So that's what the facility which can help us in getting the desired output quickly. So this course is based on data structures and algorithm. If you want to learn this, please avail this course. So we are going to give you live classes in this course, right? And it is for grade 9 to 12 students. Even if you are pursuing graduation and you want to get the knowledge, you want to become an expert of data structures and algorithm, then you can go ahead for this course definitely. Then what all things will be covered in this course? So we'll give you, as I've told you, we'll give you live online classes which will improve your problem solving skills, and you will be mentored by programming experts, right? And they will give you all the tips, all the tricks related to related to this DSA and algorithms, data structure and algorithms, which will help you crack all the types of competitions you're going to participate in. Fine. And this course is going to be of 4 weeks. Each week consists of 4 classes. So in total we guys will provide you 16 classes, right? Okay, so what all things you will learn in this course? So you will learn about data structures and algorithm. You will be given some live you will be given some problems which you will have to solve live in front of us, right? Then these are some of the features that you will be able to access. So you will be having the access to the Geeks for Geeks job portal, if we'll provide you internship opportunities. Then there will be assessments, there will be tests, so that we can improve your problem solving skills, your thinking skills. If you want to know more about this course, you can come down, and here we have the whole syllabus. What are we going to cover in week 1? So you can find it over here. Then we have bifurcated the syllabus week wise. So in week 1, we'll introduce you to all the concepts, all the things related to data structure and algorithm. In week 2, we'll talk about hashing and sorting. Right, then week 3 we are going to talk about some advanced things related to data structure and algorithm. So linked list, tag and queue. These are some of the popular topics we guys will be talking about in this week 3, and week 4 is going to be really very interactive, and in this we are going to talk about tree and graphs. Right, you can click this button to get the complete syllabus in the form of PDF if you want. So as soon as you'll click the button, automatically a new tab is going to open up, which is connected with a PDF file, which to which a PDF file is connected, and here you'll find all the things, each and everything which will be taught to you. So we in 1 week you are going to get 4 different lectures, right? And what all things will be covered in these lectures, that's what you can find in this PDF, right? So don't miss this opportunity. Go ahead and register yourself for this course. Pawan Dikshit, who is an amazing guy and he has a lot of experience in this field, is going to mentor you in this data structure and algorithms course, right? And he is an ACM ICPC 2019 Asia regionalist. Definitely you are going to take away a lot of things from this course, because if a mentor like this you get, right, for any course, it means that it is going to be you are going to be benefited in all the ways. Right, then that's the course fee. How you can avail this course, you can log in and you can register yourself for this course, and from the very next day we'll start providing you with the live online coding classes. Right, so these are some questions, these are some frequently asked questions, so we have given the answers to these also. Over here you can find the answers. We have this toll-free number. If you want, you can get in touch with one of our executives for getting your queries sorted out. Right, and I think that's it. I have provided you all the relevant information about this beautiful course which we have come up with. If you want to know more about this course, you can put your queries in the comment section. Our executive department will definitely resolve all your queries. We'll try to give the answer to all your issues and queries. Now let's move to this Tinkercad platform. So the students who don't know the basics of this platform, who don't know how to create account on this platform, I would first like to request you all to please check out the very first tutorial I shooted for this platform, in which I talked about all the basic things. I talked about the steps that you can use for creating your account on this platform, and also I explained everything whatever is there on this interface. So this complete interface, I introduced it to every one of you in the very first lecture. If you guys don't know about it, please go ahead and do check out the first lecture, so that these advanced things that we are doing right now you can understand them in a better way. Right, because until and unless the basics are clear to you, these advanced things you're going to find them a bit tough. Right. Okay, so today we are here for designing an alarm system. So for that, the first thing that we require is an Arduino Uno R3 board. So let's fetch it. So that's how we can just pull the Arduino Uno R3 board and we can drop it over here. Right, Okay, let me just reduce the size of this window so that you can see the whole thing. Yeah, it is perfectly fine now. So I'm putting it over here. And the second thing that we require is a breadboard. So here is the breadboard. And if you have any queries related to anything which you have learned previously, from the which you have learned yesterday or day before yesterday or earlier somewhere, so you can put it in the comment box, right? So that we can help you in sorting out that query. Okay, so that these are the two components that we require. And what else do we need? We need a piezo. So that's how we can pull a piezo from here. Sorry, by mistake I started this simulation. Okay, I am going to put it over here right on the top. I think that is going to do, yeah. Now the second thing that we need, now today we are going to talk about two new types of sensors. So the first one is the temperature sensor. That's the one I was looking for. So I am putting it over here. Just give me a short moment. Yeah. Okay, and let's check out the gas sensor also. So it is used for sensing the amount of gas in the environment, right? So I am putting it over here. Just a second. Okay, let's put it over here. Fine. So as you can see, I have connected it successfully to the breadboard, and I've connected this one also to this breadboard. Now the last thing that we require is an LED. So here I go. LED is this. I am putting it over here. Right, and we need two resistors with the help of which we can keep a check on the current flow. So one for this LED, and I'm putting it over here, and the second one is for the gas sensor. That is absolutely right. So we can just drag it and we can drop it over here. Just a second, I need to check something over here. So we have connected this to, okay, and then okay, I think we can we can just take a wire and we will connect it to this point over here, because I want this point, terminal 1 of this gas sensor, I want to connect it with this negative terminal. I'll tell you about the connections later on, but the first thing you have to do is you have to bring all these components on this environment. Let me check the comment section before I proceed to the next part. If I have anything to answer, I would like to answer that query first. Okay, so right now I don't have any queries in the comment section. Fine. So let's now start connecting all these components together so as to make a complete circuit. So the first thing I would like to do is let's change the color to orange, and I am connecting this resistor with this first, and let's connect it to this pin number 13. Right, it's a free pin to which we can connect this anode point to. Then we have this cathode point. So as you guys know very well, because we need to give it a negative charge, so that's the reason we have to connect it to this ground pin. Like this we can do it. right? I'm changing the color of the wire to orange, right? So it's looking fine. Now the second thing I would like to do is I would like to connect this piezo to both these things. So that's the positive terminal and this one is the negative terminal. Let's select this orange wire and let's connect this positive terminal to this free pin number 7, right? And then we can take this green wire and we can connect this negative terminal to this. You can connect to this negative terminal over here. Okay, right, and then so we successfully connected both the terminals of this piezo with the circuit. So one terminal I connected it to this Arduino Uno R3 board, and the negative terminal I connected it with this breadboard. Now the next thing I need to do is I need to connect this Arduino Uno R3 board to this breadboard. So we are going to use the very old technique, the same technique that we used in the previous lectures. So red wire we'll use for connecting this 5-volt pin with this positive terminal of breadboard, and black wire we'll use for connecting this ground pin with this negative terminal of the breadboard, right? Okay, so that is absolutely fine. Now let's make use of this red wire. Now how to connect this, how and where to connect this gas sensor. So we need to connect all these terminals of this gas sensor to this positive terminal, right? If you want to make it a part of this circuit that you are creating, so you need to connect all these terminals to this positive terminal like the way I am doing. Okay, so that's how you can connect it with the positive terminal. Now because we are using this topmost part also right now, so we need to connect this positive terminal with this positive terminal and this negative terminal of the topmost part with this negative terminal of the lowermost part of this breadboard. So we can simply select the positive terminal and we can connect it to this positive terminal like this, and let's change the color of the wire to black and connect this negative terminal with this negative terminal like this, right? So that's how you can connect the two parts of the breadboard. Now the next thing that we need to do is we are left with these two terminals. Also we are left with these three terminals. We haven't connected these terminals with anything yet. Okay, so before connecting these things, let's make use of this green wire, and I would like to connect this first to this negative terminal, which is very much required. Then this terminal also we need to connect it with the negative terminal. Now what about this terminal, which is A1, right? So we need to connect it to this analog, to any of these analog pins. We can connect this terminal. So because it is A1, I am connecting it with not A1, we'll connect it with some other terminal, with some other pin. Let's make use of pin A0. If you want, you can connect it to this A1. It is totally your call, but I would like to use the very first pin, which is A0, right, for connecting this A1 pin of this gas sensor to this Arduino Uno R3 board. Now let's come on this temperature sensor. So let's first select this red color, and I would like to first connect this power pin of this temperature sensor with this positive terminal. So we can do it like this, right? Then the second pin is the V out pin and the third pin is the ground pin. So with this we are going to get the output. So because we are going to get the output from this, that's the reason we need to connect it to an analog pin of Arduino Uno R3 board. So I am selecting this green wire and let's connect it Okay, so I have connected this A1, right? I have connected this A1 pin with this V out pin of temperature sensor. Right, now the only pin which we are left with is this, which is the ground pin. So what we can do, we can simply we can simply select this and we can connect it with the negative terminal like this. So we have successfully created a complete circuit, as you can see. Right, now we are going to define the code for making it function. So we have made use of, just a second, let me check something over here. Yeah, everything is perfectly fine. And before proceeding to the coding part, I would first like to check the comment section. If I have anything to answer, I would like to answer that first. Prabodh Sinha, hello dear, I hope you are enjoying this lecture. If you are not able to understand these advanced things I'm telling in this lecture, I would request you to please check out the very first tutorial in which in which I explain the basic things related to this Tinkercad. Definitely you will be able to understand these advanced things then. Vikash R, hello beta, I hope you are also enjoying this lecture. Please don't forget to like and share this video, right? Because we want to reach to the maximum students possible who want to learn these amazing things. Okay, so please make sure that you are liking and sharing the videos on regular basis so as to make us reach to those people who have interest in these things, who want to develop these things which are part of robotics, right? And thank you very much in advance for all the efforts for all the efforts these students are putting in uh, introducing us to the students who don't know about us. Your one like, your one share will make us reach to at least 10 or 14 people, right? So please do it on daily basis. Definitely it is going to help us a lot, and also it is going to help you a lot, because when the students from different countries and different states join, so they share their views on our channel, and every view for us as well as for you counts, because we get to learn new things from those views there, from those ideas that the people share with us in comment section. That's the reason we keep on encouraging you to share your ideas with us. Okay, now let's define the code for this circuit. So we need to first change it to text, and that's how we can do it. And let's eliminate everything over here. Okay, so the first thing that we need is of course a variable, a float variable, and that's what I am going to have. Then we need another variable for that V out. You remember I showed you that V out. And again we need to have one more variable like this. Let's have an integer variable which can keep a check on the LED. So because the LED is connected to pin number 13, so I'm assigning 13 to this LED named variable, right? Okay, then we need to have a variable which can keep a check on the gas sensor value. So because it will also return a value basically. So gas is the one which I'm using for now, and I don't want to assign it any value. Then for piezo also I would like to define a variable. So piezo equal to, because I've connected it to pin number 7, so 7 is what I have assigned to it. Let's now do the setup. So setup, then we need to have this pin mode, and what's the first analog pin we used? It's A0, right? If you have seen the lecture without skipping any part, you must be knowing about this thing. So A0 is the first one, and what is the second analog pin that we used? So it is A2, sorry, A1, not A2. Right, let me show it to you. So that's A0, to which we connected this terminal of gas sensor, and that is A1, to which we connected this V out pin of this temperature sensor. Right, A1 input, pin mode, then we can have LED, okay, and then pin mode, we can copy this and put it over here. So what we are doing, from these two we are going to get the input, and from these two we are going to get the output. So we need to replace it with output like this. It's very easy, the coding is very easy. Once you know the basics, everything is easy. Right, that is the reason I keep on telling you guys that learn the basics first before jumping on the advanced concepts. Basics help a lot, it helps us in understanding the core concept of coding and designing and whatever thing you're learning. So make sure if you are learning something on a new platform, so you know the basics of that platform first, and everything is going to become very simple for you. So this code which I'm writing right now, I have used the same code yesterday also. In the yesterday's lecture also, I used the same code, analog read, if you remember, for reading the analog signals, right? Then for Vout1 Vout1 we can have Vout dash, so we can have this value 1023, and then we can multiply it by this value. So that's the formula you have to keep in mind if you for calculating the value of Vout1. Then you want to calculate the temperature, so we have a different formula for this. Vout1 minus 500, and simply we can divide it by 10 then, like this, right? Then gas sensor, so for that we have this variable gas, and we can simply write analog read, and I would like to read the value of this pin number A0. So if now the temperature at any point is let's say if it is greater than equal to 80, right? So now we are going to put the condition. So if the temperature will increase from 80 to something, so what should happen? I would like to digital write this thing LED, right? I would like to see it glowing. So if the temperature will exceed 80, automatically we'll get to see the LED glowing, right? Else what should happen? So we can copy this entire code and we can put it over here like this. Else opposite of high should happen, which is low. So I would like the LED to go off, right? And that's how we can do it, right? So we made this LED's state dependent on the temperature. Okay, now the next thing that we have to do is we have to define the code for the gas sensor. So we can copy this entire thing and we can put it over here like this. So if the gas is greater than, let's make it 100. If it is greater than 100, then digital write, I would like piezo, right? I would like piezo to ring, or the buzzer to blow. So that's what we can do, and we can do opposite of this in this else part, right? Piezo's state will change from high to low if this statement is not true, right? Okay, so it's this code is perfectly fine, I think. Then we can write something in the serial monitor. So serial print, if you want to see the temperature, suppose, so you can print this temperature. So temperature's value is going to come in this variable temp, right? So you can print it like this. And if you want to see the value of, let's say gas, right? If you want to see the value of gas also, so gas you can use over here, and then let's define a delay also of 1 second, let's say. Closing the bracket, I think I'm done with defining the whole code. Now it's time for us to run this code and check the output whether we are going to get the desired output or not. So if I start the simulation process, okay, I'm getting some errors over here. Now why are we getting this error? That's what we have to see. Let's check it out. So I'm getting an error over here. Why is it so? Why am I getting this error? So this is LED. If temperature is greater than equal to 80, then LED digital write, this is perfectly fine. Else so V out analog read A1, this is fine. Okay, temperature we have calculated. What it is showing over here, error expected semicolon before. Okay, so let me check the whole code from the beginning. Piezo, we have connected this piezo with this pin number 9. So we have assigned it the correct value. We have assigned this variable also the correct value. Now why this error is coming? Because the way I have defined this condition, it is perfectly fine. Right, so why am I getting this error? That's what I have to see. That's what I have to search for. So serial.print delay digital write piezo. Okay, it's not a very lengthy code, it's not a very complex code either, but why are we getting this error? That's what we have to see. Let me see just from the beginning. Float temp v out, this is fine, this is fine. We have all the 6 variables that we have this setup. We defined this pin mode A0 A1 LED piezo serial begin. So this is for the serial monitor, of course, and here we have closed the brackets. Then this void loop is there. So we have these 4 variables. So we use some formulas over here that are perfectly fine. I know these are the correct formulas. We have placed these semicolons also. So what is the issue then? Why are we getting this error now? That's what we have to check. If you know the answer, please let me know so that we can sort out the query quickly. So if temperature is greater than equals to 80, this is fine. So digital write, this should happen. Else this should happen. If gas is greater than equal to 100, then this should happen. Else this should happen. Okay, so everything is fine. Then why are we getting this error? In function void loop. Okay, so it is showing some error in this void loop also. Void loop, and then here it is getting, I've closed this over here. Just give me a short moment. I'm trying to check what am I missing. Let me check the comment section. If you know the answer, let me know about the same. Okay, so I will have to sort it out myself. Serial.print temperature, that is perfectly fine. What are we missing then? In function expected. Okay, in function void loop. So here it is showing that I need to put semicolon in line number 29. So here it is 29, but this is perfectly fine. Now what is the issue then? If have I used any variable which I haven't defined over here? Let's check it out. So temp vout1, temp vout and vout1, and LED, gas and piezo. Temp LED, piezo, perfectly fine. Temp vout vout1. We have then gas, it is perfectly fine. LED, LED. What's the issue then? That's what we have to find out. Let me close this coding section and let's open it again. Okay, so the errors are still here. Just give me a short moment. Trying to find out the issue. What is the issue in this code? So here we have defined the semicolon, semicolon, piezo. Okay. Then we have this analog write. Fine. Void setup, and this loop, setup loop, is ending over here, and these are the lines of code we have inside it, which are perfectly fine. Then we have this loop named loop or function, sorry. The first thing is vout analog read A1, perfectly fine. Vout1. Then we have this temperature. Then we have this gas, which is analog read A0. Right. We have this temperature. Then if temperature is greater than equal to 100, then digital write LED high. Okay, that's where we are making the mistake. There are two brackets over here. There should be only one bracket, right? That's where I think the mistake is. Rest everything is fine. See, just because of small mistake, just because of this small mistake, we were not getting the output. Now if I'll start the simulation process, let's see whether we'll get any error or not. Or will this accept the code? Okay, so it has accepted the code. And we are able to hear something from the background. What is happening? Okay, so this buzzer is ringing, which means that the value of this gas sensor is greater than 100. So you can see the values of the gas sensor over here. It is 781. Right. Okay, let me stop the simulation process. So this circuit is working perfectly fine, let me tell you that. I'm really happy it's working fine. Right, so you can use it for any of your robotics project if you have. If you have participated in any competition and you want to show some thing related to robotics, so that's the perfect idea. Okay, so we are able to see this buzzer blowing right now, and if I'll increase the temperature, okay, so LED is glowing. If I'll decrease the temperature, so the LED is now off. Right, if I'm increasing the temperature, the LED is glowing, and if I'm decreasing the temperature, the LED's state is changing to low. Right, gas sensor, okay. Right, so that's the state of gas sensor. It is working amazingly fine right now, and I'm really enjoying it, to be very honest with you. Right. Okay, so it's again started. Just try it out yourself. Definitely you're going to enjoy it a lot. I'm done with explaining this whole code to you guys, and also I'm done with explaining the designing part also to you guys. And in case you come across any issue while designing or coding this circuit, you're most welcome to contact me anytime, any day. Right, thank you very much for being there with me in this tutorial. Hope you guys liked this a lot.